Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate the kind words. Along with the shortages of grocery stores and convenience stores and supplies within them, there seems to be a lack of hospital supplies, which include blood, drugs, uh, drugs for patients, and rooms available and medical professionals to provide these services. Now, first, I'm going to be speaking on the drug supply and why it is so low. Now, because many of the dealers for drugs don't see it very profitable to sell the certain drugs, and since many are people out of work, uh, they kind of take the selfish route, and most likely companies have no incentive to sell these. So I know that it may be for the common good to sell these, but most companies think for the money rather than for the common good. Now, many companies dispensing drugs have no insight as well into when the economy is going to pick up again or when the virus is going to end. And the CDC in 2020 said, developing a rating system to incentivize drug manufacturers to invest in quality management maturity for their facilities, and as well as promoting private contracts in the economy is a way to combat these issues. Now, along with drugs, blood shortages have become a main threat to our society due to the coronavirus. The root cause for this shortage is most likely the overcrowding of hospitals and the lack of people donating, obviously. Now, there are a lot of factors that go into why people donate, including the safety aspect, which is most important in these times. Dirty needles and fear of infection loom over anybody that dares to donate. Kids in school over 18 usually have a blood drive, and now that blood drive is no longer taking place. And the Red Cross usually has events that are getting crossed off the list as the virus goes along. Now, there is a bright side, because the only way that people can get what they need is to get more people to donate. And now there are certain things that need to be done in order to get people to donate. They must take temperatures of people that are drawing the blood and are donating the blood, as well as spreading people out and making sure that hand sanitizer is available to anybody in sight everywhere. And that is from the American Red Cross in 2020. And you know that the Red Cross, you've probably seen it, they have been showing ads on TV, but they also need to educate people on why their tests are safe. Now, my third and final point is that medical professionals and medical space have been at a premium in this time because there are so many people in and out and so many people infected at such a high rate. Now, with all the hospital rooms booked, people rarely get time off as a professional, and they need more room and professionals in this area. Now, solutions to these problems are contributed to a lack of communication from the higher-ups. And to start off, elected officials and people of influence in certain areas need to communicate where these areas of relief are. Now, the call for the National Guard was a great call because my one friend, I have a close friend, he's in the National Guard and he provides support every day. But one thing he said is that people that need it aren't coming because they don't know where it is. And now that comes back to my first point of this, is that the higher-ups need to educate people on where these relief systems are. And to combat the space, schools can open up gymnasiums. They can, for more people, the people that are still out there that still have medical experience, they can have virtual interviews and get all of the credentials with a cover letter and a resume and everything like that. And now I'm going to send it to Nikki, who has some relevant information on the lack of testing in the U.S. for the past couple months.